Hello guys, Jay Ward here. I am back and I have this amazing WWU title. But you may be wondering why it's here. Well, for one, I am the champion, but the reason that I'm doing this is because with the best on, it's time I carry over some of my wrestling ideas to the Jay Ward channel. And I don't mean in the theme, I mean in the concept and the idea of it. Today, we're looking at how Hollywood should have done the Spider-Man series Part 1. Yes, we're going to go for a three-parter here. Each part is a different movie. So how would I have done the Spider-Man trilogy? Well, they've tried this twice and failed, and now Marvel's going to get it in its amazing MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's fine. But Spider-Man is an entity that could stand on its own. Now we're going to push this around an idea called love, because love works for everything. So let's begin, shall we? So, I say for this first movie, this is going to be probably the worst of the three movies, but, you know, it's only the beginning, stick with it. We will, unfortunately, see the origin story for probably the bazillionth time. Again, I do apologize, but it just sort of all makes sense. If you really want to start a universe and a series with it, it's best to start from the beginning, I find. Even if we have seen it about a bazillion times. But there is a slight difference to the story, just stick with it. So, Mr. Peter Parker and all the fun stuff that happens in his life. I would have him start off. I would have him start off with some minor characters and the big boss sort of being the Rhino, after all, because basically we want to push him to his physical limits before we push him mentally. Sort of going in that direction. So, we have him square off against the Rhino, who we see as a minor become a major by the movie's climax in a very well put together method. And Mary Jane plays a huge part in this. We also get introduced to Felicia Hardy. Now, you may wonder why I'm revolving around these two women and not, you know, Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy seems silly to me. Silly. It's a silly thing that I basically don't want to have happen. After all, a majority of Spider-Man fans prefer MJ and Peter Parker. I'm going to say that I sort of agree, although I actually kind of like Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy, a.k.a. Black Cat. It can lead to a great story. Just trust me, it's the start. He has a run-in with Black Cat, but is unable to catch her. This can be an ongoing theme until the third movie. They do flirt a little bit, but nothing too major yet. And the obvious happens. Spider-Man beats Rhino, sends him to jail. And yeah. So, if we're going to carry this on to, let's say, the next sort of step, sort of the next movie, how do we hype that for an end credits sequence? Throughout the movie, we're establishing the bond of Spider-Man and Black Cat, as well as Peter Parker to MJ, throughout the majority of the movie. By the end of the movie, the final note of the movie is Peter Parker telling Mary Jane his secret, and he keeps the spider that bit him. So at the end of the movie, she asks if she could take a look at it and all that stuff. So he says fine, you know, because they've established that they, you know, love each other. And Mary Jane brings it to her place and she lets the spider bite her. Credit sequence. The end credit sequence, that's it. MJ at her house letting the spider bite her. And then it fades into black, and then sort of the true credits sort of show up after that. So basically what we've established from this movie, we've established Peter Parker as Spider-Man, we've established his love connection with MJ, we established that Spider-Man may have an interest in Black Cat. Black Cat is yet to come out about herself, so that's a story that we can carry on for the next few movies. Spider-Man gets pushed physically to his limits by Rhino, and in the next one we'll probably pair him up with someone like Mysterio to challenge him mentally. And then we'll probably go for like the Green Goblin as a mix combined. We establish MJ wants to know what it's like to be Peter Parker in a sense, which is why she lets the spider bite her. And by the end of the movie, we sort of want to lay out this idea that there are going to be two Spider people. Mary Jane, Spider-Girl, or Spider-Woman, whatever you prefer, and Peter Parker as Spider-Man. This will lead to a nice clash in the future between Black Cat, Spider-Man, and Spider-Girl/Woman, whatever you prefer. Again, I don't really want to get into trouble with that. So yeah, there you have it. How I would open it up. Let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you guys want me to look at more movies and tell you how I think I should do them better. Hopefully, depending on the movie that I'm looking at to do better, I will be doing it by the director's way or by my own way. Basically, the director's way means I keep actors and certain plot elements that they used, where when I'm doing whatever I want, I can mix up the universe however I wanted to fit my purpose and make it better. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this quick little look at the first part of a trilogy of Spider-Man movies. I'm Jay Ward. I hope you enjoyed this video.